club has been in operation for about 41 years. It's always been in this location in South Haven Park. The park has allowed us to set up our track and give rides to the public, usually the second and last Sundays of each month.
It's a very interesting thing just to be with the people, the kids, watching the kids' faces. Sometimes you'll go by and you'll see a parent, and you can almost read the father's face saying, boy, I'd like to be sitting in that engineer's seat.
We have about 1,000 to 2,000 people riding the trains on a regular run day. It varies according to the weather, but usually it's a very popular event.
We've had gentlemen as old as 90 years old, including some of our members that are 90 years old, and they'll still ride the trains. There's a boy in everybody.
The biggest trains can take up to 20 people, but we have some smaller trains that only take 4, 5, 6 people. It really depends upon the engine size and its pulling power.
This is live steam. They are battery also operated engines. Live steam runs on coal and water, and it's going back for many, many years.
The steam engines we have are not plastic replicas. They're full working live steam engines.
And it's a hobby that you have to machine the parts yourself and make the engine yourself.
This is rather unique because you get a chance to actually sit behind the throttle, hold the throttle and feel the steam. And you do know what kind of a train you have behind you because it changes with each trip.
It's really like you got a live engine. A lot of us do it just for the sheer fun of it. I mean, when you see the kids' faces and they look at these trains, they're like, wow.
And we're very, very fortunate to be in a public park so that we can give rides. There's just nothing that can repay us like the smile on a child's face when they realize that this is a real steam engine, that they can ride an engine that's just about their size.
We have people who are janitors and firemen and all walks of life, and we all come together because of our love for trains.
I blame my father. He bought me my LILS when I was 7 years old, and I never let go of them since. It's sort of a fascination. And we've got actually now grandfathers bringing their grandchildren that we hear as children. So it's sort of like, it keeps going on.
Come on out and have a great time. Bring your children, bring your grandfather, grandmother, everybody. We'll put a smile on somebody's face.
If you're a train enthusiast or you've got one in your family, then allow me to introduce you to one of New York's best kept secrets. It is Long Island Live Steamers in Yaphank, and after being closed last season, it's full steam ahead.
All aboard!
There was a time when railroading was the biggest and most dynamic industry out there, and Long Island Live Steamers wants to preserve that history, as well as the wonderment of the glory days of railroading. So, Keith, tell me about the Long Island Live Steamers.
This is our 55th year. We've been in the park since 1966. It started with a very small group of men who were not interested in trains as much as they were machinists. A steam engine, although I don't agree, is considered to be a simple machine. And they needed track in order to test whether or not they were successful in their building. So they built a very small loop in the park here just for test purposes, and we've of course more than doubled the size of the track since then. This is about as close to full-size railroading as a person who's not with the Long Island can get.
There used to be such a magic surrounding the railroads,
Yes.
right? And I think now so many of us, when we think about the trains, we think about commuting.
Yes.
And some of that magic gets
It's
lost.
gone, yeah.
But it's nice that you're bringing it back here.
We're trying.
So tell me, when the kids come here, what will they learn?
Well, they'll learn a little bit of the history because the little ones have never seen a steam engine. imagine. It's all brand new to them.
I mean, on the surface, this is a miniature
Yeah.
train track, right?
Yes, exactly.
But beyond that, it's so much more.
It is. It's heaven for us.
Yeah, and this is a non-for-profit.
Oh, yeah, right.
Tickets are free.
Yes, we would like donations, but we certainly don't insist on it. It's whatever people feel comfortable doing.
Yeah, I was going to say, how could people support you?
Oh, well, by coming out and having fun.
Well, I am ready to have some fun, but I cannot do this alone, so I brought some helpers today. You ready to do it?
3 tickets, please.
Enjoy your train ride.
You ready? Hold on.
Full speed ahead.
Here we go!
Ooh, what's that?
Look, it's all mini track stuff. We should have brought Scala here. Wait to the other train.
Hi, train.
I think it's awesome. What do you think?
I think it's better than awesome.
Here we go, we're coming into the station.
I see us coming into Jamaica. I should let everybody know that tickets are free and they are open to the public the second and last Sunday of each month. Girls, did you have a good time?
Yeah!
For more information, you can check out LongIslandLivesteamers.com.
For most people, a hobby represents a fun distraction from the everyday, a form of release. But for the winners in our next story, their hobby is about history and precision and dedication, not just a way to let off a little steam. Here's the winner next door's John Crane.
Are there any kids who want to ride?
Every summer at South Haven County Park, children line up to see the trains. Little trains built by big people, men and women who share a fascination with what for them is the ultimate machine.
It's a hobby. It's a challenge, really. That's what it is. You start something and it just starts to get bigger and bigger.
I got started when I was about 3 years old, I guess. My goal was to shrink a full-size locomotive down to a working size, but have it still work the same.
Jamaica, next stop.
And though they build all kinds of model trains, they're fascinated most by engines powered by steam.
The smell of the steam, the sound, it's like music to us.
I gotta have fuel to get this going.
They call themselves the Long Island Steamers, and for them, summer weekends mean late nights and early mornings, loading and unloading their homemade trains, readying them for the biggest little ride anywhere. You know, the love for these steamers was lit in these club members at a very, very early age. And then it turned into a lifelong passion. How you doing? A lifelong hobby, a lifelong love. But even more than riding on these trains and working on them and being out here in the Pine Barrens, the members of the club especially love sharing it with young people. It all started 30 years ago when a group of steamers came to eastern Long Island and carved out a bit of magic, a miniature train yard. When I look at this, I get the impression of a railroad Disneyland.
Well, that's exactly what it is, except that we don't charge. Whether you've got money or you don't have money, you come here, you get a ride.
You see the fire?
The payoff, however, comes in other ways. The looks on kids' faces, their laughter.
It's a great sound, and I love it.
That's your husband there?
Yes, that's my husband.
And he built that engine there?
He built that from scratch. It took him about 20 years. He spent morning, noon, and night down in that basement. But he said at least I knew where he was.
And if Charles Belize is in his basement, you can bet Ken Owens is in his garage.
It started 30 years ago. It started with the lathe, then the drill press, then the grinder, then the milling machine, and then the other milling machine. Some people like golf. I like machinery. I could watch machinery all day long.
For many steamers, the trains have become a family affair. Spouses go along for the ride, but it's especially for children and grandchildren.
You know why we put water in there? Because we have to lots of water in order to make steam, huh? That's why it's a steam engine.
We have a lot of fun out here. He comes out with me anytime we have trains running. He loves to ride the trains. He loves to ride his caboose. He came out here as a little baby and was in a blanket in his caboose and has been riding it ever since.
I love trains.
Here you go.
I built this 20 years ago from scratch, and it's exact copy of a locomotive that was built in 1938 that used to run from New York to Chicago in 16 hours.
It may seem that the steamers are obsessed with machines from the past, but actually, they are just as focused on the future.
On days when there are no young people here, we don't have as much fun. We are historians here. This railroad history of steam and how the country was developed, we want to show people how it happened. We are the keepers of the key, you might say.
Bye. Thanks, John.